Hello. Sorry, I'm just waiting for Facebook, as it does, to catch up. Hi Sheila, hi Susan, hi Tracy. How are we all? I'm going to start by standing and see how I get on, she says. Hi Tom. Sorry, just drinking. Hi Sue, I'm good, thank you. Bit bruised, but fine, thank you. All right, I'm just having a slurp of coffee before it goes cold. Hi Rachel. Right, let's just get some bits out. I don't think I need that size. I think that's a little bit on the big side. I think that one would do. Put that away. Hi Sally. Quick break from work. Gin. Oh, I don't drink gin, Tom. That was my thing when I was younger, that, you know, we all have an incident with alcohol that we never want to repeat, and that was mine. But I would like to say that was from my own doing, but actually it was from someone spiking a drink. But it was grim. Hi Dominique. Hi Shireen. The Barty part. That sounds really weird. Right, I thought today, I've got my journal out, my Sakura one. This is one of my new ones that I'm just starting in and doodling in. But I thought we could actually use this. What's my poison? I'm whiskey, Tom. I'm a whiskey person. Hi, Valerie. Yeah, nice whiskey would be good. So what I thought is I'm going to want a mix of different stamps, and I treated myself to Bengali Queen and Art of Mehndi, and also some stencils that I want to have a play with. So I love the idea of the masks. See, I've been really good. I wanted to use these on the jelly plate, but I'll doodle with them first. I can't take the plastic off any of my Sakura ones. Can't you? I love my Sakura books, I must admit. They just carry so much in. So I thought what we'd do is do a little mixture, because I know we can do freehand doodling, and I've done doodling through stencils, but you've got to, you know, you can use your stamps to do your own doodling and create your own pages as well, not just that one there. I know, Tom, I've been had my eye on this one for a while, and then I want to get the elephant as well. But oh no, my stencils, I will end up getting 2 sets of stencils, because the ones I use for jelly plate printing, you know, the more you use them, the more paint they get on them and ink. To me, they seem better anyhow. Right, so I've got these ones, and then I didn't know, you see, I did have these ones as well, but I think these are a project for another day, because I love these. I just love the smaller flowers and the leaves on them. I love that. But I thought, right, let's not bring too much in. Raj the elephant is my fave. Oh, I don't know. I think it's just the look in the eye here, where she's just got one eye peeking, that did it for me. So what I thought was we would do some stamping and doodling together, as it were, using them both. Right, what have I done here? Oh, let's move you. So let's just put you there. And hi Karen, hi Noreen. And all I'm going to say is, when you stamp or doodle in your books, like this side here tips down. So if I was going to stamp on this side, it wouldn't give me the same impression. So if you, let's grab a block. So what you need to do is just shore it up, so you've got a little bit more of a firmer place to work. So then I could stamp on there. If I try to stamp over here, you just got to get it into your head that it might not be the perfect impression, but that doesn't matter. You know, that's what Micron pens were invented for. Well, that's what I think anyhow. So what I want to do is, I want to start, and I'm going to make her quite a focus on my page. So let's get my block where I want her to be. So I do that there. Hi, Diane. It is very grey here today, but it's very humid. It's like... So it's like that sort of weather, you don't know what, you know, how many layers to put on or how many layers not to put on. Oh, look, can you see? Look, where I've been playing with her previously. She's come up there. Right, I'm going to turn over the page only because I don't want to spoil my beautiful image. I will use that page for something else. So let's start with her there. And I ummed and ahed about gessoing the pages beforehand with a Pretty Gets Gritty clear gesso. And the main reason for that is, although the paper's reasonably thick, I mean, they say 140 GSM, but it does feel thicker than 140. If I wanted to watercolour, putting a layer of the clear gesso first just stops the watercolour colours going through to the next page, that's all, really. I'm just going to hold that down. Lovely cool breeze. We've got grey and then we have a bit of sun, but on the whole, no. But it is very humid. It's got that lull before a storm look. Or feel, sorry, even. Not look. Well, I suppose it could be both. Get my teeth in. Oh, haven't you heard of clear gesso, Diane? Oh. Yeah, it's brilliant. Clear gesso is fantastic if you want to work on a background, but you don't want to totally obliterate the background like you would do if it was white. Or if it was... you know, with white or black gesso, but the clear lets you still have the background and then, you know, work from it. Right, so that's, oh, isn't she pretty? Isn't she pretty? So let's put her there. I might use her again. And then I just wanted to build up some of the other designs I've got. Oh, I know, clear gesso. Hi, Lynette. Yeah. Lynette's clear gesso is the one I use. So, what I thought would be rather cool is I want to build up my page around. So I'm just going to put down some of the initial designs I want to use. And then I want to bring in the stencils and then fill in from there, she says. Have I got the stamp the right way? Yeah, I have. You know, you go, have I got the stamp the right way around? And it's like, yeah. Oh, I was playing with the stamps earlier on something else that I'm doing. They are lovely and easy to use. So I'm just using half the design there. And as I said, when you're working in your journals and things like that, you've got to realise that other pages might be thicker, so it might, you know, affect how the stamp looks. But at the end of the day, that's because of all the different layers, but that's come out fine. So I don't want to waste this ink. Tracy, hold on, if you give, let me just stamp this one and I will tell you my ink. I'm using the Hero Arts. 9 times out of 10, I use the intensified black, which is even blacker than black, if that's possible. Sounds a bit of an oxymoron, but it's a hybrid ink, which means now it gives me choices. I could bring pencils in, I could bring alcohol markers in, watercolours, you name it, and I don't have to worry. How's my foot? Oh, don't even go there, my foot. Oh, really, really, really feel like an utter Egypt, if I'm being honest. My foot is sore. I'm standing at the moment. But yeah, I just feel like an idiot. Oh, it just proves to me that, you know, I don't need to do housework going forward now. Yeah, what an idiot. Basically what I did was what happened, what I did was I was doing some ironing and stuff like that, and I got a little bit carried away, and I tripped over the cord, dropped the iron onto my big toe and the 2 toes beside it. So I've definitely broken my big toe, fractured the next toe, and they're not sure about the 3rd toe, but there we go. Right, I'm just planning what I want to do as my border. And don't forget, all your stamps will come. Oh, housework is a waste of time, totally. I know, I decided to do the ironing. Don't forget, all your stamps come, you know, with your acetate sheet. So if you're planning out your designs, take all your stamps off and put them somewhere safe. And you can then plot out the different designs you want to do. And then see where they're going to fill in. So I can actually bring that over slightly like that as well. So that's what all I was doing there, is just plotting out. So use your what's the posh word for it, transfer sheets. So as you write for, oh no, Shireen, that's what I said to Steve when I did it, sort of thing. He came rushing down, sort of thing. He said, tell me, and you know, when you really hurt yourself and you can't really speak, and if you could speak, it wouldn't be what they probably wanted to hear. Noreen, no, I know. It was, luckily we have a cottage hospital up here, so, and it does minor A&E, so I could go into that rather than having to go to Addenbrooke's and sit in A&E for goodness knows how long. But you know when you know what you've done, sort of thing. Right, I'm gonna have to put my head over, so sorry if you can see it. But yeah. So, I mean, I've broken quite a few bones in my time, and I can say breaking my nose and now my toes have got to be the worst for pain. My nose, I've been really lucky. Well, now this is going to sound really bizarre when I say I've been really lucky. I've broken my nose 3 times, all from stupid accidents. But luckily, the last time I broke it, it just put it all back in place. So there we go. Right, so I'm just building up that design there, and I'm just going to put that block there because I just want to carry on with a little bit here. So I have broken 1 or 2 bones and accident prone. But I know you just go, oh. Now, do I want to do it that way, or do I want to carry it on that way? No, I'm going to carry it on that way for the moment. Oh, Janet, lucky you. See, now, Tom, you see, the thing is that I'm really cross with myself is that I don't normally iron. The lads in my house have got used to the fact, right, I'm just going to pick that up, that apparently I'm absolutely naff at ironing. So they always did their own. So me now doing that, Yossa Hughes. Okay, what bones haven't? I think the worst ones that I've broken in one go was I broke my leg, my knee, my lower leg, shoulder, arm, and 4 ribs in one go. But that wasn't my fault. That was, I was hit by a motorbike. So that was the worst amount of injuries. I think the one that still makes my family laugh is when I years ago now, I'm trying to think, well, I must have been early 20s, visiting the parents, and we were walking their dog at the time. And nowadays we have signs up, you know, like telling you, you know, where things are and everything like that. And, you know, like if there's a manhole out or anything. And this day we were walking somewhere and there wasn't the manhole, and the dog ran off and I ran off after the dog. One of those silly, like 70s adverts sort of thing, skipping in the grass. What I didn't realise was there was like a manhole sort of thing. I'm laughing now. I wasn't laughing at the time. And obviously the dog, having a bit more sense than me, ran round it. Unfortunately, I hadn't spotted it and fell down this manhole. So I've managed to fracture my skull. But the worst part about it was I fell down the manhole, and I came to-ish, with my dad, and my brother was with me, with them laughing their heads off sort of thing. They said it was so comical. I was just like skipping along quite happily and then suddenly just disappeared. Oh well, c'est la vie. Right, okay, so I'm just now adding a few more of the designs around. Oh no, the motorbike one, there was the motorbikers. And he came to visit me in hospital to moan that because he hit me the first time, and then as I went forward and he slowed down, he hit me the second time. And he came into hospital to moan at me that I'd scratched his helmet as I came down the second time, and was I going to replace it? And it was a few choice words were said then as well. The Irish side came out quite well in that instance. Right, so there we go. Oh, I've done a few. 3 discs. Oh, I've been very, very lucky considering some of the accidents I've had. Luckily my back, no. So I'm very grateful for that. Right, so now that's going to bug me. Can you see where I've had ink on my pad? But we'll build that into the design. So I'm just using a mixture. So I just wanted to start out with where I'm going. Right, I'm going to grab a scrap piece of paper. Because my ink is still wet. I'm starting to smudge a bit and I don't want to ruin her face. I think Foxtrot Oscar was another one, was one of the phrases that came out sort of thing. But Charlie Uniform was probably the main one. Yeah. Right, so I'm going to start here for the moment, and then I want to bring in some of the geogrids. Right, so what... Now, we can build up, obviously, with the geogrids, and I want to create a pattern with them and then fill in from there. So let's just put that in there so I don't keep smudging the ink from there. And I'm just going to grab a Micron pen. I'll do both, Tom, to be fair. I will do, so I would draw and doodle into a stencil, and or I would stamp into a stencil, or a mixture of both. It depends on what I'm doing. I know that sounds a silly thing to say. Right, I want a 4. Sorry, I'm just going to get my pens out. A 5, 0, 5 and a 0, 2. It depends totally on what I'm doing. I know, Shireen, it's not funny, but it is. If it's for me and I'm in the doodly mood, I will just get these and just do my own designs in straight away. It does. A new addition. Oh, Lynette. As you're on, Lynette, it saves me doing it afterwards. You could always put your links in. Right. So I'm just going to go round. I'm not going to put the dots in yet because I want to work out where I want different things to be. So, and I want to build up. I'm just eyeballing. I'm terrible. I do eyeball. I should measure probably more. Right, I'm going to have to move that now. And put you back up there just in case. So, and I'm just stopping where some of the stamp designs are already, so I can create my picture from there. And I want to then go, so let's put that there for the moment. If you prefer to do it with pencil and then go over, you know, do what you can do. You're allowed, Lynette, yes. In the lives, yes. So put that there. We just don't put links on the main wall. And I had someone ask me the other day why we don't put links on the main wall. It's nothing because we want to do that. It's just that to us in admin, the wall is where everybody just shares what they've made. And that's what we feel the group should be. If it's on the main wall, it should be about what we're all doing. All right. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just building up from there. And let's start from there. And I'm just, like I said, I'm eyeballing, but I'm just in my head. If I want to put the dots in at some point, I'm just leaving a gap in between each of these diamonds, so I can do that. If I go quiet, it's because I'm concentrating-ish. So I've got that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I want to do another one here. I've got 8. And I haven't got a plan. I just go visually what my eye likes. I think if you're going to doodle for yourself, I'm just going to wipe that away before I smudge it. There we go. Do that, you know, don't work out what you like and what works for you, because obviously if they're your doodle, you know, it's your book. Go for the shapes that work for you as well. So I'm just planning. I want to, that's going to be a stamp space for pattern, and I'm going to do roughly the same here. Right, so that's my rough layout for now, because I want to put something there as well. So where I want to mirror her, there she is. I'm thinking, where is she? Where's she gone? She's right in front of me. Okay, I'll put her on straight. Talking of raindrops, oh, Wimbledon. Grey ink. Oh, what have I missed out about ink? I do like an ink. Raindrops and roses. Ooh. British summer. Ooh. That would be good, Lynette. So I was looking for my ink pad, and it's here. So as I said, working in a book like this where it's not level, you know, just try and think of where you can put a little bit something behind the pages. Also, it's getting, you know, not to worry that it's not 100% level. Right, so I want to put her down in here. And hope I've got her in the right place. So we can then keep adding on to it. I'm just looking at the other stencils now whilst I'm sitting here letting this sink in, because I want to use the mandala, yeah. Okay, so we've got her there. Let's move that over there. I'm going to put her back on the stamp set before I lose her, because that can't be happening. Right, let's just tear this in half. Sorry, I keep leaflets from the local papers to use as my scraps. I'm just going to take off some of the ink. Right, so I want to use this one again to carry on with the border. And I just looked at the state of my blocks, and there was me saying to Lynette the other day about hers. Right, I'm going to have to move this around so I can work this way. And this is when I was saying, so in my head, I'd worked out the gap between the packaging, using the packaging, should I say, between her and that first flower. And that's, so do use the acetate sheets to help you actually with your lining up of your designs. Right, let's put that there. My blocks are awful, I must admit. I must do something about them. Right, so let's turn that around. So that's, so as you can see, I'm just starting to go there. Possibly I should have carried on with there, but once you start adding colour or doing it black and white or greys, it suddenly changes the way it looks anyhow. So let's move you, and I want to put one there. Actually, what I'm going to do is bring in this one again first. So we've got that. So where I've been using that there, I want to use this here. Now this is not going to stamp all the way over because obviously the way the book is folded at the moment, but I can stamp it just into there, and if I rotate the stamp I can then just about pick up this bit here. Alternatively, put it on your hands. I need to leave this journal. I can send you the journal, Lynette. I have, now can you see where I've missed that bit there? And I've still got ink on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line it up slightly there and just hold it down. And we can carry on the pattern that way. But thankfully, Lynette thought about this, didn't you, Lynette? That if I wanted to, she's going, yeah, of course I did. I've got all these little stamps in here. Let's move the block so you can see a bit more. That I could actually now start to layer up. I've also got the different shapes that I can put in. So I would stamp one side and then rock over to the other side. So you've got all those little bits that you can do to add all your doodling bits in. I'm going to use that one. Of course I did. See, you did. Right, okay. And let's, right, well, let's not stick my ink, my block into my ink pad would be a good idea. Right, so now I know we all want perfect stamping, but if it doesn't quite work out, we can use, you know, our Micron pens just to fill in. I've got that there. And I just want to put another one, but I don't want to put it all the way down. I want it to be staggered. And now I'm doing mine black and in my book, but you could always plan this out on a scrap piece of paper and then bring your coloured inks in if that's what you wanted to do, and add colours straight away that way. Now I just want to add a third, I just want to add a tiny little bit there. So I've at least got 3 in. Seems a waste of ink, but hey ho. Right, I've got ink pads. Now what I want to do is, so I've got my patterns here. So this is when you start thinking about what you're going to do. Are you going to put words in? Are you going to carry on building up your design, carry on building up your pattern? Right, and I'm just grabbing something because, now, so Lynette had these ones. So you've got like love, precious, she needed a hero, keep honest. So I could use, if I didn't want to handwrite, I've got all of these here, limited edition. You know, I could actually start, because they're individual words, which is so cool, I could start stamping and going round the shape and then building in the pattern from there. And I got different sets, sort of things: strength, inspirational, resilience, mindfulness, determination, cherished. And then obviously we've got this one, which is cool. You know you're getting old when. Happy hour is a nap. You go to bed at the same time you used to get out. So I could use, you know you're getting old when into one of these, and then bring in another sentiment around my different shapes. So have a look at your sentiment stamps. So I think I'm going to go for, do you know what, when you shouldn't give yourself choices? That I have. You see, I think I like the font on that one. Wish I had loads of money. Oh, don't we all, Janet? Don't we all? Right, I'm going to keep, let's move Bengali Queen out the way for the moment. The only reason I want to do that is I want to just put this up in front of me so I can plan the different words. So we've got, I'm going to go for resilience, that one there. Oh, I know, yeah. I'm just looking at the words at the moment though, Lynette. You know when you just go, all you need is love, you've got this. That just makes me want to sing. I got you, babe. So what I want to do is I want to make sure there's some ink on there. Yeah. I'm just going to put a couple of the words in. Oh, Dominique, yes, you're just swimming. So we've got that one there. And so let's put that one there. And we've got, I want determination. Now I'm using the stamps, but you could do your own handwriting. UB40. So I want to, right, I'm going to lean right over, sorry, only because I want to try and get the word in. There we go. Beatles, Sonny and Cher. I got you, babe. Never was a Beatles fan. Dad used to play it all the time, but never really was a huge Beatles fan. Inspirational, let's have a look. But it's strength, as we've got. So I want to do, I'm going to put strength by her here. Beatles man. I don't know why. I think my dad played the guitar, but he was more into, if anything, like the Stones, Led Zepp, and so I grew up on things like Led Zepp, Mad Dog, and stuff like that. I want empower. Is grace in there? Oh, let's have a look. So I've gone into reading mode. Pride is in there. Grace isn't. Pride would be a good one. No, grace isn't in there. Let's check the other one. No, grace isn't in there. Charmaine's on the phone. Right, so I've got empower. And I'm going to go with Empower here. And this is where I hope I've got this down because I didn't move my block. Yeah, that will do. Because I can go over, like I said, with a black Micron. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I might put Pride in because obviously the lions. The Pride of Lions. And I'm going to go... No, I'm going to put it up here. School Run. Oh, gosh, I don't miss those. Right, okay. So let's put them away for the moment. And I might come back to them, we'll see. So I'm going to be good and tidy mine up as I go along. I'll put mine in wallet so I can see. Right, there we go. Put you away there. So I'm just going to, just with some random paper, just check that the ink's dry in places. Okay, so what I want to do is move you as well. So I want to bring my stencils in again, and I just want to have a look at going round and creating a frame. Is that the 4 yet? I'm just going to use the circles as my guide-ish. And come down that way. Just because something is a set size doesn't mean... Manipulate doesn't seem the right word, does it? That sounds really rude. If you're manipulating something. But I've got there. So we've got resilience. And remember, because it's your work, it doesn't have to line up perfectly. When I doodle, I don't go for everything being the correct size, or that's probably why I don't doodle. I mean, I paint real flowers, but I don't doodle. And we're doing myself, they're stylized, because then it takes a bit of pressure off me. Well, that's how I see it. Right, so let's just draw some frames around these. And then we've got that there. And we've got that there. We've got strength over here. So if I had the money, I know. I have my wish list as well. I try and do my wish. Whoops, I went offline there. That doesn't matter. We'll make that thicker at some point. Or what we'll do is we'll stamp onto it. So where I've gone, like my line's gone there, I could create my own doodles by doing a double line, or I could take another stamp, and because I've been using black stamps, I can then, or black ink, I could then stamp over there, so it won't matter that that's showing. So there's always ways and means, she says. Right, so if you find it easier to use your pencil to start with and plot everything out. There we go, and I'm just going to go up there. Right. So that has got those going in there, and I want to swap microns now. Now, I know everyone says, why do you need all your different microns? But they all add a little something different to each of the pages. Wish list. Oh, Janet, tell me about it. I know. I've got my eye on a couple of stamp sets I want. It's like, oh. And when I totted up the price, it was like, and it was that noise I made myself as well, sort of thing. It was like, oh. Right, I'm going to use... Okay, so what... Because we've got the circles in here. I'm just working out roughly where they're going to go. Actually, I'm going to go and grab a bigger pen, because then I could actually have these solid. Let's grab a... let's grab a... I won't. Let's try both, the 8 and the 10. Try the 10 first. What's on your wish list, Janet? There's some paints I've seen out that I want as well. There's some stamp sets I want. I want a few journals as well, which seems a bit stupid considering how many journals I've got. Right, I'm just going to give the holes a quick wipe so I don't smudge the stencil. Well, not smudge the stencil, smudge the ink that I've put within the stencil when I'm moving it around. Okay. So, now I'm using the stencil to do this. You could do this freehand. But as it's here for me and already plotted out, I might as well use it really, mightn't I? Right, I'll see if I can get away without smudging on this side. Has anyone succumbed to any of the Christmas shopping? I've been looking at all the different Christmas things out. I quite like some of the dies that Julia had on with Studio Light the other day. I'm saying the other day. Right, so we've got that going round like that. I am going to wipe this now. Too much. Oh, Tom, it's dreadful, isn't it? Sort of thing. So let's do that there. I think the worst part, my mum is crafty, you know, as well with her crafts, and she'll show me bits and I'll go, oh, and vice versa. Not watched any. I've watched. Actually, I like to see. We were talking the other day. It's, you know, is there like a colour trend for Christmas? And it's interesting to see if there is by the kits people bring out. So that's why I was being nosy as well. And although I say, what's the colour trend for Christmas? Oh, we do whatever we've got in the box for Christmas decorations, if I'm being honest. But I haven't bought any Christmas stuff yet. I want a bit of summer first, I think. Right, so building up some of the dots going around there. I'm just wiping the stencil in between, only because, like I said, because it's got the ink in between the holes, I don't want to smudge it. Got more than one complete collection. Tom, you surprise me. I was going, Charmaine was having a clear out, and one of the things she was having a clear out for was some of the storage that she had, like for 12 by 12 papers and things like that and everything. And she said, oh, then do you want them? And I said, oh yeah, I'll take them. And I didn't think I had that many, and oh my goodness me, whoa, I was shocked how many 12 by 12 I had. Ciao Bella, Stamperia, the Art by Marlene stuff and everything. I was like, oh my, it was frightening how much I've got and not, well, I've played with, but not played enough with, really. There we go. So we've got that one there. So I won't make anything. No. Christmas decorations. I don't know. I think it depends. With me, instead of Christmas crackers, I do normally make something for the table. Only because I put small presents and stuff in. But I can't decide what I'm going to do until I've decided on what's going to go inside them. And then that will be my starting point about what I'm going to make. So I'd like to think, you know, I was organised, but it's not. It's until I decide what I'm going to put inside them that then dictates what it might be. Last year we had, sorry, I'm concentrating here. Last year we had like these, I made toilet roll, well, out toilet rolls. It's like snowmen with the heads that came off. Well, the heads were on a hinge, so you could take out what was inside. We bought this house 3 years ago. My craft room has been redone 4 times. Oh, I think it's great that your postman stops for a chat, full stop. Oh, I don't know if I could cope with redoing my craft room 4 times, my craft space. I can just about cope with tidying up after coming back and forth from shows, let alone redoing it. I think once you work out how you like to work, helps with your craft space, I think, a little bit. I think that's what Steve's hoping anyhow. He's decided that if he screws my cupboards to the wall, it means I can't do too many changes. Because the cupboards are now screwed to the wall. Therefore, it's not quite so easy for me to turn around and go, do you think you could try that there or move it up there? The only thing he does need to do is sort my desk out for me, because it is just a little too high being vertically challenged. I don't do that. That's what husbands are for. Oh, I don't. Gosh, if Steve came in here and saw some of the stuff I'd have, it would be more, why have you got that? 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 And I don't think I could cope with that conversation. Right, so I've got the dots around there. And then what I want to do is I want to grab, she says, oh, I thought I got it out. Oh, I'm going to throw things everywhere now. Where is it? There it is. Okay, what I do want to do is I am going to quickly grab a pencil. He would, yeah, I know. Oh, sort of thing. The thought that, you know, he could possibly do a stock take would be just frightening. You just go, right, that's going to not fit there. So what I want to do is I just want to do a couple of diamonds as masks. I can't find, I'm going to cover that up because I'm sticking everything in it. Has anyone succumbed? My shopping problem is technically not mine. Oh, your husband is an enabler, is he, Tom? Emma and is in our group. She spams up a link and things like that, and you just go, oh, I'll have a nose, and the next thing you know, you're going, it's suddenly, it's becoming a thing, and you're like, what? Right, so I'm going to put that one there. And we've just got that there. And I want to grab some of the stamps again, because she says which one. You know, this is it. When you have so much choice, you're like, which one, which one, which one? I think I'm going to go for some of the florals and the leaves. There's, you know, I'm so mucky with black ink. Dreadful. Oh, you know, our neighbour gets their bin out, I'm sure, the week before it's needed. So I just want to add some leaves in places. And so I'm just filling in some of the gaps where we've got some of the floral designs. Now, if you went over it, it doesn't really matter either as well. So I'm just building up, and let's have a think. I'm going to go over this line because it doesn't, because I've got an image in it already. Let's build this up here. And where I've got this horrible mark of ink, I'm going to now make it look like I did it deliberately. Going there. I'm going to do one in there. So we've got a few. So I just want to keep the squares that have got the words in. It's going to be the focal point, so I would colour just the centre. Put that there, and we've got that there. I'm just looking at the time. Sorry, I could sit here for hours doing this. I don't, and I know. Right, I've got some leaves coming from there, and some of these flowers. And let's do, I'll take that dot there and join those up. And okay, let's use the other one now. I'm just, sorry, I'm just missing the comments. So I want to take the leaves. Go, and okay, sorry, I'm in thinking mode. Taylor, you're just a little bit, Taz. I wonder why. I wonder why. Right, so let's add a bit more detail in. And I'm just going to go there. 5 minutes with you has that effect. Yeah, Charmaine's a subtle enabler, isn't she, actually? I'll just move that underneath. And here. No, I don't want that because I've done the leaves. But I do want to do one on there. And let's do one opposite. I've got there. And I put one in there. And a little bit of it there. And I'm going to have to put a third one in there because it doesn't look right. In fact, I'm going to put a leaf first. She was as giddy as Taz. Has she worked out? I can imagine what she's already worked out that she's going to use. To whom, why, and the whole story behind it. All right, okay. Getting lost in the doodling. See, doodling, I mean, I love to doodle myself, Valerie, and, you know, and do my own doodles. But if it's not your thing, you know, grab your stamps and grab your stencils and let them be the starting point for you to actually have a play, have a doodle with. Right, let's just move that ink pad. I'm going to put the lid on it before I keep covering myself. So that's my page, or my page as I've done it now. And I've left myself a square there so I can do some form of writing if I want to. And I've got my words, and I've used the dots around from the Geo pen guide to add to it. But we've got other shapes and everything like that that we can build in, and you know, you can carry on building in. So if I hadn't put the words in and I'd just done the shapes, I could carry on building this design up in, you know, in the shapes and keep building those. So it's a great way of getting you know, all your different ideas that you want to do. If you want to tie things in a little bit more, to if you colour all of these, you know, in one particular colour, this I think needs a bit of pattern here because it's a little bit open, or I need to just bring the guide back in again and draw another diamond shape in there so they're sitting there together. I think it actually, I'm going to build up a little bit of pattern in, with a leaf, but you can use your stamps and your stencils to create all the different you know, all the different ways that you can do that. Amazes me how you put things. Oh, Noreen, that's lovely. But when you look at, let's just get a piece of, if I do that and that a little bit, when you look at a design like that, if you envisage it, if that was on a card, that's a card topper. So all you're doing is you're bringing in your card making skills or your scrapbooking skills or whatever skills you've got, and you're just putting them in, you're just putting them down in a different location than you would do. So you know, it's usual. Someone's done all this lovely artwork for you. Take advantage. But as I said, if you want to tie things together, if you've got a ruler and then did a nice thick black line from one side to the other and built it in, you would then, you know, tie in each of the different pages, or colour the background in one colour only and then leave everything standing out. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with mine. I actually quite fancy getting greys out, grey pencils out and having a play. But she but she would have to have some colour. Just picking out random spots of colour. I hope that if you grab your stamps, grab some different stamps that you've got and have a look. And don't forget, when you do your planning, use your acetate sheets to work out where the planning goes in the space that you're using. Why not? Thanks ever so much again for your time. Tonight we've got Emma on at 7 o'clock. I'm just looking at the ones for my birthday show, and mine look poo compared to yours. Oh, Charmaine, yours never look poo. We've got Emma at 7 o'clock. Okay, but thank you ever so much. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.